Hey, so what's going on? It's Rico with No Boring Concrete. As I mentioned before, this is not your typical concrete video whatsoever. Like I said, the final step has something to do with concrete, but the project itself, zero. So a recap, as I mentioned, if any of you guys have ever messed up your wife's anything, fill in the blank, car, furniture, rug, clothes, whatever, it sucks, and the sucky thing is, it's not like I even knew that I messed it up and I was like, oh crap, what do I do? It just happened. Like we had a little fight we were watching, right? Canelo was boxing, and of course, and we ordered pizza, and I put the pizza box on this wooden table, and then the fight was over, everybody left, I cleared everything out, threw the trash out. I come back and I'm like, whoa, what's wrong with this table? And there was this like white fog over it, and I try to wipe it down and I'm like, oh crap, it's damaged. Sure enough, 20 minutes later, my wife comes home. It's the first thing she sees. It's like she walks right in the door, right? Who else walks in the door? Boom, shuts the door. She's like, what is that? What is that? Like it was like immediately I was like, what the heck? And so I was like, I don't know, I'll fix it, because she says I can fix anything, and apparently I try to do a good job fixing, and some things work out great, and other times let's just buy another one. It was old anyways, right? Anyways, here's the final product. So we had this table here. If you saw the previous video, there was like a smudge damage big time, like there, and there's another one that my daughter actually did on that end with acetone for the nail polish remover, and it was pretty damaged. So my wife is actually like, well, I'm glad you actually messed it up, because you were forced to fix it, and it took away my daughter's incident over here and mine over there, and like I showed you in the previous video, where I think I had found a process to remove the old finish, which is typically like a wax of some sort. And then they, I showed like half of it was cleaning off well and the other half wasn't. So now I can walk around just by the sheen of the light. I put a matte finish sealer, a concrete sealer that is. I use it on all my countertops, on my vanity sinks, commercial, residential, you name it. And it looks gorgeous. Like, it's a cool little piece. Like I said, it's just like really neat. I figured if I damaged this thing and I messed it up, I would still use this thing as a mold. And I might still use it as a mold and start making concrete tables like this, because I love the design. So the look is awesome, and the finish came out great. So like I said, if you're in a bind, you need to have me repair it or fix it, whatever, hire me to do it. I can do it. If you're at home and you're nowhere near my area, or you just want to try it out, like I said, I started off with some denatured alcohol just to kind of clean it up and see how it reacts. And then I used acetone to scrub it off. I had a 3M pad, and then I used a microfiber rag to kind of just wipe off the excess. It worked out great. I was taking a huge risk, and I was super paranoid because my wife said that this is not even real wood. And I'm like, what do you mean it's not real wood? And it is wood. It's just, it's like hollow. It's not solid. I think that's what she meant. It's not like a solid chunk of wood. And I get it. Like, you have to cut these pieces and angle them and sand them and glue them together and stuff. But she freaked me out when she says it's not real wood. I thought if it was real fake or painted or whatever, it would have come off with the alcohol. If not, the acetone for sure. All the coloring, it would have just disintegrated or whatever. It would have bled right through. And I'm glad it didn't, because I would have to cast a concrete version of this, which is not the end of the world. It just adds one more thing to do on my freaking list. But anyways, here it is, nice finish, matte. It's not even fully cured. I literally just did this about an hour ago, just letting it dry here in the garage. I'll be able to move it back into place tomorrow, so I can show you what that looks like, if you even care. But ultimately, here was the thing. So like I said, if you have an issue, try wiping it down, stripping it off. Wax is never to be your finish sealer. I can't stress that enough. I've done so many countertops where I've removed it and fixed it, where people want to put wax as a final finish coat. You can on top of a sealer. That's truly optional. That's not a bad idea. It's a sacrificial layer to the sealer. But the wax itself is not meant to be the sealer. So as long as you guys can get that through your head and realize and understand that, will be great. Because you know what? Now, the sealers that I use are like a one and done. It's been sealed. I put 4 coats of the stuff on here. It's gonna last a long time, but now I can put oil spills, acetone, alcohol spills, the hot boxes, anything on here, and it's not gonna damage it because it's a tried and true proven sealer that I like to use. And it doesn't matter what I use, it's just as long as it's a good sealer. But just don't use the wax as your sealer. That's all I'm saying. Other than that, again, Rico with his shenanigans and crap that he gets into at his home to add to his honey I don't want to do list. Yeah, noboringconcrete.com. See ya!